Hello, my name is Stacy. Welcome to my channel, Simply Liminal. This is our card reading for the Beltane holiday. Beltane is one of those fire holidays. It kind of falls between the equinoxes and the solstices in the wheel of the year. There are the four big holidays where the sun is at solstice, where it is as far apart as it can be, or when it is at equinox, when it is at equal distances from each other and everything feels even and in balance. We're moving kind of out of that balance of the spring, moving towards the expansiveness of summer. So right now we're in the middle. Beltane, beautiful holiday celebrating the god and the goddess, mating, having babies. It's also really what I think of as the gateway to summer. Doesn't look very summery around here where I'm at, but summer is coming. Some flowers are starting to bloom. Things are popping out of the grounds. Choke cherries are putting on blossoms. Like it's coming. This is our transition from spring really into summer. And we are using, for these card readings, the Sacred Destiny Oracle by Denise Linn. We've used these for our card readings this year. And for these card readings, we've been looking at this deck and looking at 5 things. We're looking at messages from earth, water, air, fire, and spirit, which some people don't recognize as an element, but I definitely do. Spirit is definitely one of the elements. Sometimes that's observed as ether or ether or other alchemical words, but I look at it as our overall message from spirit. Well, the rest of them are messages definitely from things that are more grounding, like the earth or water, or things more ethereal, like air and fire. And then finally, we have the most ethereal of all, which is spirit. Ethereal, ethereal, whichever word you choose. It is definitely important messaging. So, I'm going to try to shorten this up. I've already talked a lot, but... And we are going to look at our message for earth, our message from water, our message, try to get this where this is balanced in the camera, sorry, air, fire, and overall spirit. I really got to close this up. I'm kind of working with a new camera stand, and so getting distances is challenging. Also, I have just gotten past a head cold and have a little bit of laryngitis, so I apologize for that. I feel like, sorry, taking a drink of my Shasta Twist, not the healthiest beverage, but it sure tastes good. All of my readings lately have fallen at times when I've been getting over an illness or just starting an illness. And I'm trying to understand why that's happening. I think there's a lot of stress in the world. There's a lot of stress in my life, certainly. But I do think stress can induce a feeling of illness or unwellness in your body. Anyway, I just want to apologize for me and this laryngitis again. I also want to apologize for my cats who may be making an appearance in this reading. So bear with us. I also forgot my reading glasses, and I know I'm going to need them. So let me grab those real quick. Again, sorry. I don't want to pause the reading. I feel like that's unfair when that happens, and I don't want to start over because I think the cards are important and I like the flow of pulling them in the natural flow of the reading. So, and these are the wrong reading glasses. So I may be pulling new cards because this is so embarrassing. Come on, move, Betty. Betty is one of my younger cats, and she is always involved. So I probably should have paused, but I didn't. So bear with me. This is kind of how my life feels a little bit right now, kind of disorganized chaos. I will get it done. I will get things accomplished. Just might not be as pretty or organized as I would like them to be. So let's take a look at our message from Earth. We have abundance. Thank the heavens. So this is a beautiful card. It looks like spring or summer, and there is abundance in the meadow in this picture. And abundance is what we're all looking for, whether it's abundance of love, abundance of money, abundance of food, abundance of nice summery weather. That's what we're looking for. And abundance is incredibly important. So I just want to read a little bit to you from what the card has to say. What the message in this deck has to say. It says here, everything is blossoming in life. Open yourself up to receive. Abundance, fulfillment, and prosperity are ready to be activated in your life. Life desires you to prosper. Remember that, because it's really important to be open to abundance, to welcome abundance into your life. I'm not even saying just like, think about it. Say it. Walk outside, say to the sun, say to the moon, I welcome abundance into my life. I welcome prosperity into my life. I welcome love into my life. I welcome health into my life. All of these things are parts of abundance. So this is our message from Earth. And so I would suggest while you're doing it, kick off your shoes, put your feet in the dirt or on the grass, and help ground yourself in the earth while you're calling out to welcome abundance into your life. All right, let's take a look at our message from water. We have blessings, which is beautiful. And water is a blessing. It's very dry where I'm at right now. We are hoping for rain. We are hoping for some moisture in the ground. People are still trying to get seeding done, but everyone would pause for a day or two of good rain just to get that moisture into the ground. So water is a blessing. It would be a blessing. It will continue to be a blessing. We'll take a look at what the message in the card has for us, just because I do think it's very important. There's a gorgeous yellow card here and what looks to, or bird here, and what looks to be like cherry blossoms blooming, which makes me think of spring in Washington, D.C. Of course, there are cherry blossoms everywhere, not just in DC, but that's where I think of it. So the message here is immense blessings are emerging into your life from those in spirit. Angels, guides, and spirit guardians are watching over you. An angelic intervention is available to you. Be open to the voice of the divine. Messages are all around you. So while you're standing out there with your feet planted on the earth and you're asking for abundance and prosperity and health and love, don't forget to listen, because sometimes looking around us, we realize that while we're asking for certain things, we already have abundant blessings around us. A blessing of sunshine, a blessing of birds singing, a blessing of plants blossoming from the ground. So keep that in mind. The blessings are all around us. And that is our message from air, or from water. I'm sorry. Now, let's take a look at our message from air. We have trust. This is interesting. What a beautiful scene. We are just actually past the new moon stage. So this is what we're probably seeing in the evening sky, a small crescent of moonlight. But the message here is trust. And so air wants us to trust. And air is probably the toughest element for me, because it changes so much. I kind of think of air as like a Gemini all the time. You know, are you going through door A? Are you going through door B? Oh, shoot, I'm going to go back through door A, because that's kind of how a Gemini personality feels to me. And I don't mean that badly at all. But air is hard because air changes directions just like the wind. But air is telling you to trust. And I think that's important because sometimes, at least for me, that this is the element that I have not the hardest time with, but I feel like it's the most changeable of the elements. I guess that's the way to say it. The most changeable of the elements. But it's telling us to trust. And so I want to read what this message says because it is important. This is a powerful and important card to receive. Even when things seem Parched and not fruitful. I was just talking about how dry it is here and how farmers are worried. A deeper energy speaks of the power of your inner knowing. Meditate. Trust those nudges from the universe. Your celestial advisors are close now. You are open to receive some of the most important messages of your life through your intuition. So again, we feel like we're building a picture here. So while you're standing out there with your feet in the earth, grounded, asking for abundance, noticing the blessings all around you, the message here from air is telling you also to trust your intuition, because it's important. There's so many times I look back, because of course hindsight is 2020, when I'm like, I knew, but I didn't trust because I let my analytical mind override my intuitive mind. This message is telling us, trust your intuition. And the world is crazy right now. The world is hard. It feels uncomfortable. Again, I think it's one of the reasons that people who are energetically inclined are really feeling this with illness. Sometimes it's belly pain. Sometimes it's throat pain. My issues always seem to be more third eye and throat chakra. So my voice is sketchy. I am a bit stuffed up still. Everybody expresses these uncomfortable energies differently. My best friend has a bad belly. Her dad had a bad belly too. Like when anything goes sideways, that's where they feel it. And you are an individual. And so you will know exactly what happens when things are, do you get headaches? That's kind of crown and third eye chakra. Is it belly, solar plexus? Sacral issues? Do you feel indigestion, chest pain? That's your heart chakra telling you, sorry, we've got one of my cats here. None of them seem to be getting in frame, but they're just like circling the cards. So trust your intuition as part of this beautiful big picture that we're building here. And this message for Beltane will take us into midsummer. You know, this will be kind of from the 1st of May all the way through, I'm not sure what the date is this year, but the summer solstice, you know, when we are at our highest point, 20th, 21st of June. So let's take a look at the message from fire. And I love fire messages always. I am a double Leo, and so I'm inclined to really be drawn to this element most of all. Fire can be warming, it can be comforting, it can be cozy, it can be beautiful. It can also get too hot and it can burn you though. So just be careful with fire. We have focus. And this is interesting because I think of fire as an element associated with creativity. Are you trying to create something new? This message is telling you focus. And now the picture here shows a snow leopard with snow falling down in a mountainous scene, which doesn't seem at all like fire energy. But the message here from fire is focus. And it's important. So sometimes when I've been talking about all the things that we want to do to help call in abundance, or the ways we want to look around us and connect with nature or the spirit world, focus is something that can be really hard to do. I think everyone has a little bit of monkey mind. I have a lot of it. It's that little bit of air chasing me around in my birth chart, chasing me left and right. But focus, meditation is hard. I've never been one of those people that have meditated easily because my mind won't stop and I think about 8 million things at the same time, or I'm wondering, you know, why my cat has just jumped on my kitchen counter where she's not supposed to be and she knows it. Anyway, focus. I'm having a hard time focusing right now. So this message is especially important right now. Focus. And the message here in the card is what you focus on is what you pull towards you. So put your attention on that which is worthwhile. Concentrate on one desire. Direct your intent towards one thing rather than being scattered in many directions. I'm just going to stop there because I think that line absolutely sums up the fire message that we are getting. From the message that we're getting from the element of fire is focus. Direct your intent on one thing rather than being scattered in many directions. Are you trying to accomplish something? Are you trying to manifest something? Focus only on it, focus only on it, focus only on it. The other things can go to the side. They can wait to be manifested later. Right now, find that one thing that's really important, that you really want, that you really need, and focus on manifesting that. I think that's our message from fire. So let's take a look at what our overall message is from spirit. I'm trying not to rush this, but I also am trying to be very appreciative of your time and the time people put into watching these readings and videos. Not everybody has 45 minutes to watch this tarot reading or that oracle card reading. I don't. So I understand. So let's sum this up and get going with our message from spirit. And our message from spirit is leadership. And really, this feels like a great way to sum things up. So the card shows like a night sky with the stars. There's probably Polaris up there leading us through the night sky. There's a polar bear on the card, which is beautiful. I got one of my cats over here is acting really twitchy. Like I think she's going to attack my candle that's sitting in the corner. Don't do that, Betty. Don't do it. She is something. Anyways, we have leadership. And so I'm looking at this as something that we need to take in from spirit. Like, look at the leadership that spirit can give you. If you only focus, if you only trust, if you look around you at the blessings you have and the abundance that you're trying to bring in, leadership will help us sew this all together into one beautiful, cozy quilt. So the message here is, just as a North Star is a beacon for travelers in the dark of the night, you are a beacon for others. It's time to step into the light and take on your leadership role. You are a teacher, a steward, a guardian, a healer. You are a true leader. Own those gifts. Come into the light. Okay, so this is a message about you as a leader. And I'm telling you right now, if you take the time to watch this video, if you take the time to get this far into the video, then this card is for you. Spirit is telling you, you are a leader. People look up to you. There are people, even if you think nobody looks up to me, nobody listens to me, it is not true. Whether it's in your work environment, your family environment, you know, something that you're doing in your life, you are a leader. So be aware of that and help people, encourage people, be kind to people, show grace and forgiveness towards people. Those are huge leadership qualities that are so important. So let's just sum the reading up very quickly by saying Earth is telling us abundance, and the earth is abundant, and she is gorgeous and beautiful and giving to us. And if we as a collective feel the upheaval right now that's going on our planet, she is feeling it too. Gaia is going through great changes, and we are weathering this storm with her because we are part of her. She isn't part of us. We are part of her. But so remember to focus on abundance, ask for abundance, but also to appreciate the abundance we already have. Water is telling us to look at your blessings and really look around you and see what you have to be thankful for. It's already there. Air is telling us to trust. Trust in the messages around us. Trust in our own intuition. Fire is telling us to focus. Hone that fire in, not on burning everything in a field down, but on one little tree stump that you need to get out of the way so you can put a beautiful garden in. Focus on that. And leadership is the message from Spirit. And Spirit is telling us, you are a leader. You. I am a leader. You are a leader to people in your lives. But never forget also to look up to Spirit, whatever you associate with as being spirit or that element, and know that they are your leader as well. And then therefore you are a leader to others. I hope you've liked this reading. I feel a little crazy, chaotic energy in my reading. And I thought several times about pausing and stopping and starting over, but I don't feel like that's true to the energy of the reading or to the season. Beltane is a fire holiday. It is about celebrating having a good time, enjoying the abundance of summer that is coming. So everybody have a joyful and blessed and fun Beltane. Have a great time. It's a wonderful time to appreciate nature around us. So again, thank you for coming to my channel, Simply Liminal. My name is Stacy, and I will see you with our next seasonal holiday reading, which will be midsummer, which is exciting. Hopefully it doesn't come too fast, but it's coming.